guys, welcome to week 3 of March. It is my pleasure to read for you guys as usual. Wow, it has been crazy. March has been crazy. All right. So if you have not had a chance, or if you did but you can't recall what went on, please go ahead and look at the March 2020 reading that I did for earlier this month. We are coming upon the Ides of March. I just wanted to say that. We're coming upon mid-month, and so it's always good to go ahead and check in with the monthly energies that were mentioned 2 weeks ago. All right, so yes, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, please do feel free to reach out, get in touch via Etsy, and if you would like to have a live energy shift session with me via Zoom, go ahead and check Etsy for that as well. That one usually has a quicker turnaround. All right. I just got a feeling, not all of you, but somebody here who just had a thought. Let me get that live Zoom for you in particular. And again, I don't, not all of you, but someone in particular. I would wait first because something's going on in your field right now that's being let's just say negotiated. Okay, that's just, we're gonna leave it at that. That's being negotiated. So okay, so that's for you. All right, let's jump in and see. The first thing I'm getting is that now we're starting to move into more gentle energies, more hushed energies. The tones are going to be transmuted as well. So in fact, you can't really see because I don't have my overhead camera right now, but I just placed 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. It was actually like 1, 2, 3, and over here in the middle we've got this very gentle energy. This is going to be a threshold that you're passing through, that you're meeting, and then a little bit of an energy. It's going to be like a curtain is what I'm getting, like a shower curtain that you're going to pass through. And in particular, you're going to have to leave any extra, oh my gosh, preach it, Lord. I was actually going to say any extra masculine energies at the door. They will not be allowed. So if you are going through a hyper masculine energy right now, if you're up in arms, if you're in that space where you're on not even on the defensive, that one might get you to the door. But if you're on the offensive, this is not going to play out the way you want, because Spirit is directing people to clear that kind of energy. But I have to be honest, when I was giving that message, or about to give that message, I heard you need to abandon extramarital affairs. So this clearly is for somebody here as well with that secondary message. So please just be mindful that at this point, the 3rd week of March, you're being asked to release that which no longer serves you. And that very much is always going to boil down to behavioral patterns, core beliefs, things that you're carrying. It's not about other people, because the other people are manifestations of these energies that you're carrying, and you're going to have to release them if they are too aggressive, too masculine, too, let me see any words that, caustic is another word that's coming up. They are also lumping in the word, oh God, what's the word here? Hold on. Like I feel the word, but it's not coming up. Oh, you know when someone has a very dry, sarcastic, thank you. Overly sarcastic, that stuff's gots to go. It is not going to pass. Like I literally see that very clearly. You are not going to be able to move past this wall unless you drop that. It's just plain and simple. Now, usually you don't get those messages in that absolute of a way, because usually the energy is not that absolute, but they are definitely letting you know you are not going to be able to pass if you have that kind of energy with you, okay? The guides are saying, yes, they understand you have worries, they understand that, and they're looking in on it. They're showing that right now you can't even see. Look at you. God bless you, right? You can't even see over here. You can't see your life path right now. You can't see what's beyond what's going on right now. Remember, in the month of I almost said in the month of fog. Yeah, in the month of March, you are in fog. You cannot see. So if you were following me towards, let's say, mid-February and even into March, they were on it. The guides were like, do not make decisions that are hardcore right now. Do not go crazy about certain things. You have to lay low. You have to listen. You have to relax because the energies are not clear. So even now, if you think you're seeing things clearly, you are not seeing clearly, is what they're saying. So what happens is if you can't see things clearly, then you have to kind of take a little bit of a back seat, focus on your energies, go inward. See this, hold your center. After you get more into this relaxed feminine state, because you're being asked, all of us, to get out of that hyper masculine aggro kind of field, they're saying. And they're saying it as a field because some of you are actually in those energies because you are associating with somebody who is being hyper masculine, who is in their ego, who is in their I'm just seeing them look up, like they're just talking stream of consciousness. They're not grounded. They don't know what's actually going on. And you're in that field. You could be feeding off of those energies. Spirit is saying if you're going to feed off of energy, yeah, I was going to say feed off of anything. They're like, if you're going to feed off of energy, feed off of the Christ consciousness, okay? Feed off of, and I'm saying that in terms of your wholeness, your crystallic self, your whole being, okay? This is non-denominational, it's not religious, right? So, and I only give that disclaimer because I do know people, a lot of us, because of our incarnations on earth, carry an adverse reaction to anything that may be religious because of, pain in other lifetimes. So I just want to make sure you're aware, right? So if you're going to feed off of any energies, they're saying feed off of the divine with the capital D. Look at this. Look what comes through for you. Yeah. When you feed off of those higher energies, it's nourishing. It's not toxic. It's not wily. It's not frustrating. It's not, right? It's actually healing. Look at that, master healing, along with the alchemical mutation card, which always comes out when we're talking about energetic shifts. All right, so as I'm looking at this here, the Spirit is making a little bit of a nod to some of the stuff that you guys are consuming. Look at this, trust in the divine plan, okay? Trust in the plan, but you got to get into alignment, boo. You are out of alignment. If some of you, you're very out. So there needs to be a card here. Let's go ahead and pull. 32 is, I just heard 32, so we'll pull card number 32. But yeah, so you have to watch what you're consuming, and they've been saying this since last month. What energies are you consuming? Energies. Janelle, what do you mean by energies? I mean, what people, what places, what things, what situations are you consuming? What are you allowing in your space? What are you allowing into your consciousness? Just because something makes you feel a certain type of way, makes you feel bad, doesn't mean it's something that shouldn't be there. Please, you have to get a full-minded approach to things at times, right? So the guides through the daily messages that have been coming through on my Instagram, you can see the link in somewhere on this page. The link is somewhere on this page. They've been talking about wonderful approaches to working with things that come into your field. Anyway, so 1. All right, we're going to do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, we're looking for a card to go on the other side of this, right? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, 20. Oh, they're trying to come out together. Look at that. Take control of your own healing. All right, get your stuff together. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Key of life. Thank you. Look at the other card that comes out with that, the Key of Light. Trust in the plan. Let's talk about that at 10 minutes and 1 second. That 1 and 1 on either side of the dot. When you're, oh, that's 11. Just as I said that, it's 10 minutes, 10 seconds, going into 10 minutes, 11 seconds. Yeah, when you are in alignment, 11:11, right, with spirit, the keys are there, doors open. But when you feel certain emotions, when you feel at odds, when you get a lot of blocked doors, when, sometimes we have to realize that what we need to do first is to change our attitude. Going back to all these cards, take your will and align it with, set the intention of healing and being in alignment with your higher self and with God, source energy. Once you do that, you have to make sure that you're abandoning any of these extra hard, caustic, aggressive energies. This hypermasculinism is specifically what you need to be working on right now. And then hold your center, because right now Spirit is asking you along this path, this divine plan, to get into feminine, to get into gentle, to close your eyes, to feel yourself. Now, how do you actually get into that place? Well, you start by first loving yourself and remembering, oh my gosh, all is well already. All is well already. First, get to a place where you can quiet down the self. Okay, look at that. Disconnect. Anytime I get this card in my readings, it's the disconnect from the masculine. Okay, looking over here. Looks like there's a, what is this? Family of light. Protection for the family. All right, I love this. But you've got to disconnect from the hypermasculine stuff, okay? And then right here, we have this beautiful little, cute little baby, super cute, with a contract, and we see someone in the background here, right? So Spirit is saying there is a plan for all of this. There is a plan, but you've got to get into a place of zen. All right. So hold on. March. Oh, March. March. Trying to get about this Pisces sun. Love you, Pisces. Look at this. Just as I said that, time to let go. Yeah. Never did I think I'd be calling for Aries so much. Alright, so let's see. 5 cards they're saying. Here's 1. Thank you. Know your worth. Of course, fell right in my lap. I'm trying. 3. Sing your own song. Independent thought. Now is a lucky time. I keep getting this card. Now is a lucky time. A lot of you guys are just dropping things like niblets, and so cute little niblets, and hopping off. And it in many ways, that kind of like reminds me of me in a sense, because a lot of what I do is I drop a lot of, like, give a lot of information, and I'm off to the next thing, because that's what I'm supposed to do. Spirit has a plan, right? But what happens is when we, I'm a little guilty of this, when we keep holding on after we are supposed to move on, what happens is we end up getting stuck. So, once, for my readers out there, my healers out there too, once you deliver messages, you're on to the next thing. Look at this. The person now receives it, and then you, God bless, can scamper off. Look at this. So you can scamper off like this cute little bun, and allow transformation to occur. Now, transformation, anytime you do healing work with other people, also happens for you. So everybody benefits from these situations, is what Spirit is saying. All right? A lot of you guys going into this week as well, if you haven't been dealing with it as yet, are going to be tested in how well you can cherish yourself. My hands on my heart. How well you can cherish yourself. And part of cherishing yourself means trusting in what comes through you, what comes to you, loving yourself, right? Forgiving yourself, enjoying yourself. Just like this cute little skunklet, cute, is on this beautiful canary colored flower, says know your worth. What is this actual canary representing? Independent thought, trusting in your vibes, trusting in your intuition, knowing, whatever. So when you know your worth and it's founded upon trusting yourself, guess what? Bam, there you go. All right. So the message for everyone moving into the third week of March is let go of the aggro, let go of the caustic, harsh energies either coming from you or people you're surrounding yourself with, right? And you will allow yourself to be surrounded by these people because you are still allowing those energies within you. Just because you're not aware of those energies as they exist within you, and doesn't mean that you don't carry them. You couldn't be around these people if there weren't a vibrational match within you on some level. So you might be like, but Jay, whatever. And then I'd be like, well, I'm looking in your field right now and I'm seeing you're carrying this from this past lifetime, or you're carrying that was a byproduct of an experience you had at this lifetime. And then I explain and you're like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? So you have to understand, just because you're not conscious of something doesn't mean it's not right. 16 minutes, 16 seconds, right? So right now in March, you're being asked to open your eyes, but also to understand that you're not going to be able to see clearly, not quite yet. But as the month progresses, you will start to see more clearly if you can ground yourself properly, surrender to the divine, trust in what you are receiving when you are in that relaxed state, right? If you're all agitated, you're not seeing. It's impossible, right? You cannot be agitated and frustrated and whatever the energies are and then be able to see what's up. So this month is going to be about you taking care of yourself, right? Self-care, if only to get your vagus nerve and your central nervous system to relax. Once you do that, hold that center as much as you can and allow your angels and guides to help you. I do see that for a lot of you, they're going to be feeding you extra foods. Oh my God, I just got excited. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I cannot. Oh, I can't. I love food. God knows. God knows. Cherry knows. But I feel they're going to be feeding you, and they're going to be feeding you. I do feel like it's food. So, why? Let me feel that. Maybe some of you aren't eating. What's going on? Some of you may not be eating as much, or there's some food element here that's happening. Okay, they're saying it makes sense for who it needs to. Okay, let me stop trying to make sense of the message that comes across. This is the problem, trying to make sense of a message that comes across when I've already done my job. It's delivered, enjoy it or not, Surrender to complete healing. God is good, right? As I'm showing you this, guys, I'm feeling a lot of you aspiring to surrender to complete healing, but it's almost like when the energies hit you, which a lot of energies are coming onto the earth right now, by the way. Some of you may already know this because you are, you're connected to the field in that way, and some of you may not know that, but you are experiencing things and not realizing it's as a result. You have to remember that when energy, high vibrational energy hits, it does things to people. It kicks up, pretty much it just kicks up the lower vibrations that they're carrying. And guess what that is experienced as for you? It's experienced as fear. If you can get to a place where you understand that part of being human is to be triggered and is to have these emotions and these thoughts come up, then you can realize that, okay, something's happening. What's happening? What's my plan for getting myself into a more relaxed state so I can weather this? Who do I have on call to talk to? Otherwise you're going to just be tossed to and fro, and you're going to act out and lash out and react without thinking. And it's understandable because you're in the throes of something. But remember, This is the reminder here. Plus, right now we're in the month of March, as I've been saying since mid-February, actually. Things are not clear right now. It's like imagine being in this fog because of the influence of Pisces and Neptune. Imagine being in this fog. If you're driving, you know, if you're in a deep, dense fog, you cannot use your regular lights, let alone your high beams. Are you trying to kill yourself, right? Because you're just going to perceive of a wall. You're not going to be able to see because all of those lights are just going to reflect off of the mist and off of the drops of water. And it's going to confuse you and you're going to be seeing things. So instead, you have to change the lights to your fog lights, which are designed to work within that kind of an environment. That's exactly what's going on at this time. Your guides are also asking you to drink more water. Yeah, surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Yeah, they're saying with this card, of course, yes, get outside, go do things, but drink more water also. But here they're showing you to allow things, if things don't make sense to you, they're saying allow those things to come closer to you so that you can see it better. Again, you can't see right now as clearly, so you have to allow it to come closer to you. Get to a place where you feel safe enough to do so. Get as centered as you can, like we were just talking about. Boost the self-care and then allow these energies, these things to come in. Surrender negative thinking. Also showing me, shout out. Shout out to me, feeling seen and dragged. But surrender negative thinking. Things are the way they should be. Notice how you cannot see. Oh, they're telling me to show you the complement to this card. They actually showed me a card the other day that, like, they were like, this is the same card properly seen. I was like, oh my god, you're right. We had a moment. Hold on. That moment when you're like, oh, is it gonna be the last card in the deck? Found it. Alright, here it is. Oh, okay, well that one wanted to come out. Okay, thank you. Look at this card. You're not seeing clearly throughout all this negative thinking, which is true. They've been talking about this. Go back and look at the March 2022 reading. It's all in there. It's all in there like swimwear. You know what I mean? But look at this. Imagine this is actually the same scene as this. What are we doing? How can you see that when you're all up in here? Is what Spirit is saying. So focus on getting to a place where you can, let me see. Focus on getting to a place where you can get back to your center. When I'm feeling really low and in low vibrations and shadow energies, I really, I gotta be honest, I watch Rick and Morty. I watch Frasier. I watch shows that make me laugh because that changes the energy within you. That's right, I said Frasier. Okay, I said Frasier. And you know it because if you watch Frasier too, you'd laugh. So anyway, this is what they're saying. You're not able to see properly, okay? And they're saying part of that journey from here to here may look like this. Look, it almost looks like the same girl. It may look like that. And the reason why is because when we surrender our negative thinking, it means giving up the ghosts, is what they're saying. Yes, some of you may be carrying some attachments, but also they're saying giving up the ghosts of I wish I had, I wish this were the case. You need to learn to accept what is. Accept what is. And lean into it and see what it has to offer you. It can also be about learning to, it could also be a little bit like depressing or whatever, because you're being asked to give up some things that brought you comfort, but that were not good for you, okay? Some things brought you comfort to shield you or to keep you insulated from feeling the feelings or paying attention to certain realities that need to be considered, right? And the reason why you did that is so that you can continue to feel good. And when you start facing those things, it could be a little bit hard because guess what? Then we're pushed into this feeling of uncertainty, the thing that human beings, including myself, hate the most. But that being said, Spirit is saying you can get to this place of joy once you, and they're like, we're bringing it back around to what we're saying for week 3. Once you can set those limits. Look at that. Look at her reaching through the fog. She's got to get rid of the aggro. So getting rid of the hyper masculine energy, any caustic energies, fear-based manipulations, all of that. They're saying let it go, because you ain't gonna be, you're literally gonna hit a wall. Like there's something there that you're not going to be able to pass through, is what I'm getting. So go ahead and do that. And they're saying you can be powerful, and you can be fierce, and you can be protective, and you can be all of this, and you can have miracles, and you can do all sorts of stuff if you set the boundaries correctly. But the boundaries are going to be starting from within. You set those boundaries within, with yourself, what you're going to allow from yourself, and you create the change in your physical. A lot of you are being called to get into bed, get relaxed, cry it out, laugh it out, watch TV, but start connecting to something higher than yourself, okay? And I'm seeing that for some of you, it's going to be about getting out of your brain, because a lot of you, this is what exists in the brain. Drama, right? Also disconnecting from people who get you stressed out, people who make you worry, people who feed things, who instigate things, right? Surrendering your ego, right? A lot of stuff. Oh, and the big D, again, not the D we want. Surrender your defensiveness, okay? Anyway, surrender to success, right? So that, my friends, is March, week 3. Already feeling it. We're already doing it. Heading into April, because it's March. That's what we're doing. So, anywho, yeah. God bless you guys. Best of luck all along your journey. Again, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, please go ahead, reach out, check Etsy. If you'd like to have a live one-on-one with me via Zoom, hit me up as well. That one is much quicker because, it's just a different function. We get in, we do the shifting, all that good stuff. But either way, God bless you and have a wonderful week. Bye.